Hi everybody, I'm Taz from Symphonia. Sorry, there's no picture up for me. I'm at home, but thank you all for joining us this morning for Sue Jameson's session, Living a Dynamic Life, and we look forward to having you with us from Symphonia.
Thank you, Taz. I'm gonna keep you all muted now so that I can do the talking part, but I'm gonna unmute you because, as I said earlier, it's an interactive session. It's dynamic living, and dynamic comes from the Greek word dunamis, which is miracle working power. So I don't want to be talking too much. I want you to actually experience this miracle working power of joy and laughter. So welcome, I'm Sue Jameson. I'm a joy activist and a laughter coach. I live in Joyburg, for those who just joining in, a little bit of a pun there. I've been researching laughter for almost 23 years now. And I'm going to, even if you don't have your video on, please just participate fully anyway. So I want you to give me a thumbs up if you believe that laughter is good medicine. You should all have your thumbs up. Okay. Put your thumbs up if you, oh, there's even one of the little emoji thumbs. Thank you, Chili. Put your thumb up if you laugh enough, if you believe you laugh enough for it to be good medicine. Anybody thinks they laugh enough? There are a few of you. Okay, that's good. We are facing, as we all know, just unprecedented times. And I want to just start by reading something to you. And so first of all, let me assert my firm belief that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Nameless, unreasoning, unjustified terror, which paralyzes needed efforts to convert retreat into advance. Aren't we living in a terrifying time in our world? I do believe this, though, and actually this was Franklin D. Roosevelt's inauguration speech in 1933, and I think it is true today as much as it was then. The terror is real. The challenges we're facing are real. But what we need to be doing is managing how we are responding. And I just want to say at the outset, from the very beginning, what angered me so much was that we are, as human beings, we need each other. There's power in our touch. There's power in our facial expressions. And here we are, mandated now to wear masks. It's people are being arrested if they're not wearing a mask, and we're hiding who we are. Thankfully, we can smile, and our eyes show our smiles. But did you know that smiling is actually good for you? And what I want you all to do with me, whether I can see you or not, is put your hands in front of your mouths like this. Everybody, I'm watching. And now I want you to bring your hands to your mouth, and I want you to put a smile on. And I want you to tie it on the top of your head 4 times. Now you can drop your hands, but don't drop your smiles. I want to see your smiles. Do you know that we have what we call a mirror neuron? Thanks, Anthony. You can drop don't stop smiling though. We have a mirror neuron in our brain. And when somebody smiles at me, my brain tells me to smile back. And when somebody frowns at me, my brain tells me to frown back. And so when we're covering up our smiles, we're not able to connect in the most basic way as human beings. But we're going to make the best of the situation. We might not be able to change our circumstances, but we can change how we respond to them. So Steve Backlund says, our hopelessness about a problem is a bigger problem than the problem. And today I want to just bring some joy and some hope and some laughter into your lives, because there is truly such power in it. Wave at me if you've had any stress lately. And if you're not waving, you're not breathing, I think. Okay, we've just celebrated VE Day, or in Europe they have, and that was just, the world wars were ridiculous, but in terms of stress. But I think one of our greatest problems with what we're facing now is just all this information that's coming, and there's fake news and this and that, and our brains react to things as though they're really happening. So if we're reading all the negative stuff and we're being concerned and worried about it, we're literally poisoning our bodies with all that bad information, whether it's true or not. There's just so much of it. And so we need to watch what we do with the information that we are receiving. We're living in an upside down world. There's no two ways about it. But we are resilient people, and we will overcome. And one of our greatest weapons, Mark Twain said, the human race has one really effective weapon, and that is laughter. Against the assault of laughter, nothing can stand. And stress is the number one killer in the world. Worrying about something will kill you sometimes before the thing you're worrying about could kill you. And so we need to deal with that. And there's different types of stress. And I need you to understand this. I have so little time, but I want to introduce it to you. And the different types of stress. In an extreme stress situation, if you are facing a lion attack, you're in the bush, there's no more lockdown, you're walking in the bush and a lion attacks you, you want to be stressed. Because in that moment, in an extreme stress situation, our bodies are filled with adrenaline and cortisol, and 1,400 chemical and physical reactions take place in our bodies in order for us to run faster, jump higher, or even fight to stay alive. And that is you all know what that's called. It's a fight or flight. We're created with this survival response, and that's all good. But if we were going to have a long session and start typing up all the things that stress you out, individually they might not be that stressful, but actually what happens is those stressful things start to accumulate, and we're living with accumulated chronic stress on a day-to-day basis, which is literally poison in our bodies. And if we're not de-stressing, there's different stages of stress. We get to burnout and actually, finally death because of unmanaged stress. So here's what I want you to understand, and that is that if a lion attacks me, miraculously I'm up a tree, and the lion can't climb the tree and moves away and gets bored and moves away. The first thing that I do is take a big gulping breath like this. And here's what I want you to understand. It's through the diaphragm that a signal is sent to your brain to say the danger is over, you can de-stress, and then we have balance again. So I want you all to put your hands on your diaphragm. You know where it is, right underneath your rib cage. Put your hand there, and I want you to do it forcefully. I want you to go ha, 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 but really forcefully, like ha, ha, ha. Okay, do that for me. I'm not going to hear you, but I'm going to see you. Ha. Can you feel your diaphragm moving? Yes? Did you feel it? Okay. All right. Now, that's where our de-stress response kicks in. When you have a belly laugh, Caroline Leaf is a neuroscientist. She says a really good belly laugh almost instantaneously reduces levels of stress hormones. Now, a belly laugh actually mimics a natural de-stress response, because when you're laughing, you stimulating the diaphragm. So when we say laughter is the best medicine or laughter is good medicine, it's in layman terms because it's actually mimicking that de-stress response. So we're going to be doing some laughter, but before we do that, stress affects us body, soul, and spirit. I'm not going to go into all the details because I want you to experience it. And there's workplace benefits of laughter. It's brilliant for team building. It's brilliant, you know, when you're facing all sorts of challenges. If you take a few minutes to laugh with your team, you'll suddenly think clearer. You'll be able to be more creative. There's studies that show that people are more productive, more efficient through laughter. Caroline Leaf again says, laughing will lift your mood, reduce stress, make you healthier, help you bond with people, and activate the empathy systems in your brain. I mean, that's just incredible. I heard about laughter therapy in June. It's 23 years ago. And I heard about a man called Norman Cousins who had been diagnosed with an incurable disease. And he literally laughed himself well. And he also took mega doses of vitamin C. But he called laughter inner jogging, because when you're having a good belly laugh, it actually stimulates and massages all your internal organs. One of the things we talked about was the immune system. The stresses that we face, whether it's real or imaginary, immediately attack our immune system and suppress our immune system. And in a situation that we're facing now, we need strong immune systems. So when we're laughing, because we're counteracting the stress chemistry, we're actually starting to build our immune system. And there's a whole heap more than that. Now, there's a few myths about laughter which I want to share with you. And people say, you know, you have to be happy to laugh. Well, actually, when you laugh, you actually start becoming happy, because laughter, we call endorphins our happy juice. And so when you're laughing, your system is releasing endorphins. They're a happy juice, but they're also a natural painkiller. And I've seen incredible things happen with laughter. And while I'm on the subject, I'll just share. A few years ago, I was with PFP. I'm sure you all know Partners for Possibility. And I was at a school in Davyton. And at the end of the session, the principal was doing this with her arm. And I said, "What are you doing?" She said, "I can't do this." So what do you mean? She says, "No." She said she's booked for an operation because, you know, she's got a problem with her shoulder. And there she was waving her arm around. And, what was her name? Johanna. And she cancelled the operation. And I can't remember if that was 4 years ago, but she never had the operation. And a couple of weeks ago, I was doing a webinar, and somebody in the webinar was saying, "Oh man, I need that for my shoulder." And suddenly she realized she could also do this. And so if anybody's, I'm going to ask you about your pain right now, but literally during the laughter, she was able to do this. And she's been having cortisone injections for 2 years and hasn't been able to do this. So what I want you to do, if you've got a pen handy, I want you to just check your body and just write down from 1 to 10 what your pain level is. If you've got no pain, yay, that's fantastic. But if you've got any kind of pain in your body, and please just wave at me if you've got any pain so I can get an idea. If it's okay, there's a few, right? If it's a little bit of pain, make it a 1. If it's excruciating pain, make it a 10. So just put however it is. If it's a 5, just put your number down, because we're going to laugh it off. We're going to laugh the pain off. A couple of other myths about laughter is, thanks, Hema, it's a 2. That's not too bad. Yes, Anna-Marie, it will be available. I am stressing about not taking it, jotting it down. No, the video will be available. Oh, Lorette, you've got a 7. All right. So we're gonna check those pain levels afterwards. But people say, you know, I need to wait for funny, humor. Now, every one of us has got a different sense of humor. If I told you a joke, a couple would laugh politely. Some would think it's funny, and most of you would, you know, just like, oh, that was rather silly. Laughter is often, humor is often demeaning and derogatory towards people, whereas laughter is we're created with this gift of laughter. And a baby at about 3 months will start to laugh. And the baby's not lying in the cot going, that was funny. The baby's laughing because we were born with this gift of laughter. But what we do is we start conditioning the laughter out of the children, who, by the way, laugh between 300 and 500 times a day. And we tell them, don't laugh in the classroom, don't laugh at the table, don't laugh at church or mosque or temple, stop behaving like a child. And the kids stop laughing. And this is my favorite. Don't put your hand up if you've ever done this, but kids are rolling around laughing and an adult comes and says, it's going to end in tears. And we go, okay, I'm not allowed to laugh anymore. And then teenagers want to be cool, so they don't laugh unless their friend laughs and your friend's waiting for you to laugh. And so we become adults who are stressed, anxious, depressed, worried, adults who laugh maybe 3 to 5 times a day. We believe it's good medicine, but we don't take our medicine. So we are going to laugh. We're going to take some medicine. And I don't tell jokes because I'm really useless at jokes. I looked this up the other day, and it's Simba from The Lion King. And I really love this. He said, danger? Huh? I walk on the wild side. I laugh in the face of danger. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to laugh in the face of danger. Now, we never laugh at anybody. We laugh with them. So why I want your videos on, because when we even fake laughter is good for you. Even if you're having to fake it right now, you're going to laugh anyway. And I'm going to unmute you, so I need to hear your laughter. But what we're going to do is I'm going to show you a couple of things like this. And, oopsie, Natalie, I'm going to mute you just for now. So I'm going to show you, these are laughter exercises. It's not about humor. It's not about comedy. This is serious. I'm dead serious about the benefit of laughter. And I've seen it time and time again. Those who participate get the benefit. Those who are like, you know what? And by the way, if you're not going to laugh, why are you joining us today? Because, wow, somebody's got a pain level of 8. Okay, this is exciting. Not that they've got pain, but that will get rid of the pain. But I want you to participate. And so the first laugh, I'm going to run through them quickly, because when we're laughing, you won't hear me. So the first laugh we're going to do is a greeting laugh. And remember, it's got to be a belly laugh. The belly's got to jiggle to make it work. So we're going to laugh and wave. And then we're going to do argument laughter. And argument laughter is like this. We're laughing all the way through these. So we're arguing. You're pointing your finger and arguing with people, but we're laughing, okay? The next one's crying. Oh, for 2 weeks, I've had problems with internet, with my website, with email. I have been doing my nut because of technology. And so this is the next one. We're going to be doing some crying laughter. And this is crying laughter. We're doing this, but we're laughing. Mental floss laughter. Do you know that every single thought has chemistry? Every negative thought is literally poison. So what we're going to do is we're going to use mental floss, and we're going to clear out the negative thinking, and we're going to clear out the adults so we can laugh more. We're going to do appreciation laughter, which is with our thumbs up. We're going to have laughter pills, and we just pop pills in our mouths and we laugh. There's some laughter cream, which we put on and makes us laugh. And then we're going to just laugh it off. We're just going to think of the area where you really are struggling, whether it's relational, financial, whatever it might be. And we're going to laugh. Is that Annie? I see Annie. Yay! And I think Katrina might be here as well. I saw your name. Okay, so now I'm going to unmute you. And I want to hear the laughter. Even those who I can't see, I want to hear your laughter, because I want you to get the benefit, and we're going to check the pain afterwards. Okay, so you're all being unmuted, and you have to join in.
And we're just a group of friends and neighbors, and we've just put something together.
Okay,
and because it's closer to where we live, we want to help in that area.
Who's talking?
We have two hosts.
That's wonderful.
Start laughing.
Thank you so much.
Okay, if you're having a conversation, please stop.
It's not working.
Can't hear you all. Okay, crying laughter. Okay, mental loss. Put it in one ear, out the other ear, and we're laughing.
My jaws are sore.
Appreciation laughter. 2 thumbs up. Okay, now we're going to take our laughter pills.
Here of expensive food. Ik denk echt een verwerkt. Nee, een expensive accessory.
What is going on?
Baby, just think about these things again. Children must something as well.
Hands together. And it goes everywhere. Now we're just gonna laugh because put your hands on your tummies, Johan. Here's what I didn't tell you about. Use your fingers and pretend you've got your cell phone laughter. I want to teach the international laughter. Okay, it goes like this. It goes like good, very good, yay! Do that with it twice. Very good.
Very good. Very good.
Just I'm going to leave you all for a second, and I want you to test your bodies and just look at your number that you had before and see if you've had any kind of pain relief. Even if it went from a 5 to a 4, that's good news, right? So if you can wave at me if you've had any kind of pain relief. Waving, yay, yeah, oh, yay, that's amazing. Wow, I'm going to go to the next page. Let me see you wave at me again. That's incredible. Is anybody completely pain-free? Oh, but the coughing, Louise. Pain-free, Kirsten.
My stomach is aching with the laughter.
Oh, Krista's pain-free. Like I said, I'm dead serious about this thing called laughter. We must be taking our medicine. It's no good saying it's good medicine and putting it on the shelf. You know, people will tell you something that's going on and somebody will say, just laugh it off. And you'll go, yeah, I'll laugh it off. No, take your medicine. I'm going to quickly mute you all again. I have a laughter CD, a free laughter CD download that'll help you to take your medicine. And we're running out of time. So I want to also share with you. And Anthony says he's pain-free as well. Yay, Anthony, that's amazing. That's awesome. I've only been able to share with you just a little bit. 14. Oh, your 14-year-old Heidi pain's gone. That's incredible. Maybe pop your numbers on if you're a 5 and now you're 4, just put 5-4 on the comments. But I'm starting a 4-week coaching program because we need to build new habits. Here we are getting a taste of this incredible dynamic living, dunamis, miracle working power. But I'm starting a coaching program on Thursday for 4 weeks, and I'd love you to join me. I will send you, Taz has sent me, thank you Taz, all your email addresses. So I'm going to send you the information, but I'm also going to send you a link to be able to download the laughter CD for free so that you can take your medicine. We need to take our medicine from a 5 to a 2, from a 2 to a 0, 6 to 3. That's just amazing. You know, we've just talked about laughter, but there's so many things, and just in our last few minutes we might not get cut off, and I'm hoping we don't, because Zoom is really very kind to me. But I want to share a few foundations for joy, and I've mentioned the one already. Our negative thinking literally is poison, but the happiness of our lives depends on the quality of our thoughts. We will not be happy until we start managing our thoughts. We need to hold captive our thoughts. We need to throw out negative thinking because it is poisoning us. We also, our words, we have life and death in the tongue. And we often are very good at speaking life over others. You know, you're amazing, this, that, and the next thing. And we'll look at ourselves and we'll say, you are useless, stupid, worthless, fill in the blanks. We need to hold our tongues. We need to speak life over others and over ourselves. Absolutely critical. Our thankfulness. Do you know that our brain cannot contain fear and gratitude at the same time? So when life is starting to weigh you down, start declaring your thanks. We have a million things to be thankful for. That breath, just take a big deep breath for me. That breath is something to be thankful for. When we're thankful, and modern science proves it, the brain, any fear in the brain has to leave the brain when we're thankful, which for me is just an incredible thing. So like I say, start declaring your thanks. You know, the weather, the Joyberg. If you joined late, we live in Joyberg. I'm really serious about it. I'm going to change the world. This is, by the way, you're part of a joy revolution, because we have to make a difference in our lives. And forgiveness. Somebody said unforgiveness is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. We need to be forgiving. We need to, you know, even if it's something so simple, and sometimes we need to forgive ourselves. But as we're starting to forgive and forgive ourselves, we're setting ourselves free. So please, please, please be forgiving. We just on 40 minutes now. So listen, if you have to run, I did say 40 minutes. If you have to run, I completely understand. If you're able to stay a little bit longer, please do, because we'll have the last laugh just now. Just foundations for joy. Play, celebrate the little things. You know, stress starts accumulating, and when we're celebrating the little things, not, you know, the happy birthday, the happy Christmas, the happy anniversary, or whatever it might be, just every little thing that we can be grateful for, as we're celebrating, we actually accumulating happiness and gratitude. So celebrate. And I always say to people, you know, like a couple of times a year, please hold up the Joyberg sign again. There was Arena. I'll also send you the link, and I'll send you a great video to watch, but that'll come in the email. Don't wait for big occasions. And I say to people, say this every day: Happy New Day. Instead of waiting. Thank you, Glenda. Every day every day with breath is a good day. And you know what? This coronavirus is stealing people's breath, isn't it? So I am more than convinced that laughter is a key to conquer this virus. And people are saying, you know, the coughing and everything, because as we're laughing, we're introducing more oxygen into our bodies. And so, yes, every day. And laughter, take your medicine. Don't wait for something to be funny. I've just shown you a few laughter exercises. There are a lot more. If you've got kids in your life, go and laugh with them. Make up laughter exercises. Do animal laughter. Whatever you do, take your medicine. Studies show that happy people are healthier, more successful, and live longer than unhappy people. So we need to, you can market the Joyberg. Thanks, Tanika. Yes, who's going to join me? Come, let's market Joyberg. Oh, I'm so excited. You've had a taste, and I know that people are impacted by this message of joy and laughter, and it's almost instantaneous. But I really would love to have you join me on the coaching this 4-week. It'll be about changing habits. Also, I'm obviously doing this for corporates. I am not able to join you in your offices right now, but it's very powerful for your teams, even if we're doing it this way. there's incredible power. And so if you want to contact me with that, I think we are about ready to have the last laugh. I think let's have the last laugh. The last laugh is on you. But and once we've done that, then we can, if anybody has any questions, we can address those. So I'm going to unmute you all again, and I want hands on bellies, and I want a roar of laughter. Okay. Friday was Victory Europe celebrations, and in fact that's what you're going to do when you're roaring with laughter. We are going to be victorious over our situation, aren't we? So you're going to be laughing with your V for Victory signs, and I'm going to unmute you all now, and then I'm going to do a count of 3, 2, 1. Okay, and roar. So 3, 2, 1.
Thanks. Just laugh.
Ek het nou lank hulle band besonderhede almal gevra en bevestig, so ek dink ek gelukkig het my goed reg kry, so as dit oop gaan, ek al die inligting het, ek het nog tyd maas nie, so hulle vra aanstellingsdatum, hè.
All right, I've muted you. I want you all to go, yay! Absolutely brilliant. Thank you all. I'm going to officially close now. I don't even know if Kim managed to join us. It's just past 1:45. So, but if you have to go, thank you for joining us. And I'm going to just open the thanks, Anna-Marie. Thank you.